Alright guys, welcome back to another video, I guess. Today, I'm going to do a quick review of the VaporShark rDNA 30 and the rDNA 40 and show you some of the differences. Now, I haven't got my camera set up how I want them, so unfortunately the up close portion is not going to go very well, should we say. So I have both devices here. Used to the camera. Boop. There we go. Both VaporSharks. Wow, that's not confusing. I have to get used to that a bit more. Yeah. First up would be the VaporShark rDNA 30. That's not going to focus. And the DNA screens are a pain in the butt with cameras. Just let you know anyway, so hey. But yeah, I want to go over the packaging. I have removed the center tray. This is the packaging for the VaporShark rDNA 30. And yeah, it's nice and solid. It just opens up like so, and inside you have the device, and you also have a charger cable which I have plugged in through my computer to charge it. So what are on the side? It says some of the things, and all the lights you can see is the camera and batteries charging. So it has a replaceable 18650 battery, a VTC4. It is powered by Evolve DNA 30, 30 watts of power, micro USB charging, spring-loaded 510 connector. So inside here is an 18650 battery, a VTC4. I don't have any others with me. Also, pardon the mess, I'm going through sorting stuff out up here. Yeah, just have a quick look. As you can see, there's 3 screws. That one just there is for taking the battery out, and these 2 Allen keys, which I've never opened actually, is to look at the board. I don't really want to look at the board, so hey. But yeah, and obviously there is the spring-loaded connector. So what have I mainly been using this on? Well, I'm using on it. I usually use a K-Fun or a dripper. Really. Sometimes I actually rock which I have been recently, is the Kanger sub-tank. This one has the 25 no, 2.5 core in it, and the sizes are 3.2 inches by 0.92 inches by 1.65 inches. And I just have to say, it is a great little device. It is solid. There's no cheap. It doesn't feel cheap, and it's heavy. That's sub-tank, listen. And that's with the 1.2 I'm calling it. Battery life, not been bad actually. If I'm out and I'm chain vaping, then that was really weak of a. Yeah, it lasts me about a day, which is cool. And I have the black metal, and obviously it has a little charge port just there. yeah, that also, I should say that where it says Vapor Shark, that's not a sticker. That's actually engraved and then painted. So it's going to be alright pig to ever pick off, which I don't want to. Some of the things I find wrong with it, the paint job doesn't really hold much weight with me. Mainly because I even have it in a shark skin, which I'll get to in a minute. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this very well, but there's a ring where the atomizer sits. It's just there. That's where the paint's coming off, and it's also coming off on the edges, and that is non bueno. It's still, I mean, in a shark skin. There's a few dings and scratches. It is what it is. Overall, really good device. Obviously, it's got the Evolve DNA 30 board in it, and it's the rDNA 30 because it's the bigger version of the DNA 30, which has a built-in LiPo pack. Where this one, you can change out the batteries. So instead of putting this on the charge every time it dies, you could just carry around another battery, say an eFest. So that's one of the ones that's just finished charging. And you could put that in there and just swap the batteries out. Now you do have to carry a screwdriver with you when you do that. I haven't got my keys on me, but I actually have a little dual screwdriver which came with one of my K-Fun clones. So I just chuck that on my keys. So I've always got something. Because I use the Sigeli 100 watt as well, which I need to do a review on. And there's a lightsaber going off. But yeah, apart from that, I mean, it's a nice size in the palm of your hand. The button is clicky. The bottom buttons are nice and clicky. You have the full range of Evolve stuff on here, which I will show you. You're not going to be able to see this very well, but hey. So, 5 clicks of the power button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Locks it. And it won't fire now. So I unlock it another 5 times. Whilst it's locked, you hold the power and the wattage down. And it goes from normal mode to stealth mode. So let go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what it does is turn the screen off, but it still fires. Wow, vape much? So let's just put that back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Locked. Power button. Minus button. Take her from stealth mode to normal mode. Which everything comes back, and that screen is bright as anything. Also, let's just lock that again. If you are, thought someone's coming in. If you are a left-handed person, and when you look at the screen, it's upside down. So what you can do whilst it's locked, hold the fire and the plus button. Now go from right mode to left mode. So now that's upside down for a right-handed person, but the right way around if you're a thumber. If you are fire, if you're a trigger finger person, then left mode would be the right way around. I'm just going to put that back. One thing I have noticed with the DNA 30s, which are out of date now really, but a lot of people still use them, because a lot of people, well, we'll get into that. It does take a long time for the options to switch. So yeah, but overall, really happy with the rDNA 30. Now, moving on, I do also have the VaporShark rDNA. rDNA. Yeah, this is the rDNA 40. I think the screen's been dead long enough. Yeah. And that is bright as all hell balls. But this is the second version of the chip of the Evolve DNA 40. And again, the packaging is exactly the same. This one I haven't taken the tray out of. The only difference really between the two boxes is one says 30 watts, one says 40 watts. And as you might be able to see if I move it back here a bit, the box, no, you can't see, the box is actually bigger. That is because the VaporShark rDNA 40 is bigger. This one again has a list of what's in it. I'm gonna sneeze. Ugh, bless me. Bugging out my mustache. So yeah, and also in here again is another charge cable underneath, which again is plugged into my computer. So the specs on here is it has a LG 250 milliamp hour or mAh, however you want to say it, 35 amp 18650 battery, where this one has a Sony VTC4, which is 2100 mAh. Powered by Evolve DNA 40. Yeah, 40 watts of power, so it's 10 watts more powerful. Temperature sensing / limiting. Now, I'll get onto that in a minute. Oh boy. It actually has a built-in wireless. It has built-in wireless charging, where on this one, the rDNA 30, you actually had to purchase a little card, wireless card, and you put it on a charger. I don't actually have a charger. I really should get one of them. They're not that much. And it also has the built-in USB, micro USB, I should say. It has zip high-speed charging, I'll get to that in a minute, and a self-adjusting 510 connector. So let's just take this tank off of here. So apart from the being 10 watts more powerful, let's just get both the boxes back, because I will go through the dimensions. It has the zip charging, so that's probably why it's a bit bigger, and there's a few other things which is good. On the device, on the board is not so good, but on the DNA 40 or rDNA 40 is 3.25 inches by 0.95 inches by 1.67 inches. So it is 0.05 inches longer. It's actually yeah, 0.05 inches longer. It is 0.03 inches wider this way, and it is 0.07 inches longer. Well, sorry, the width that way. The camera's that way. So yeah, it is a little bit bigger. It's hardly noticeable. I noticed it. You might be able to see it there. You can see it is a bit bigger. And again, I rock a shark skin, which I'll get to in a minute. Promise. So yeah, things that's different about this, as you can see, and it's helpful having both of them at the same time here. As you can see, this one only has 2 hex screws, because this one actually has a magnetic sliding door, and it has the Sony the LG battery. Let's actually let's have a look. Let's actually have a look at the battery compartment for the rDNA 30. So we unscrew that screw, which never actually comes all the way out, because it has a little plastic nub in there. And yes, inside is VTC4 on DNA 30, LG battery on the DNA 40. Which I don't mind, because Sony's are basically extinct, shall we say. I don't think they're getting made anymore. I think it's safe to say. And taking this back on and off is a bit of a pain. There is a drawback on the board. If you put your battery the wrong way round in a DNA 30, you will fry the board. You just will. And that is a lot of money to throw down the drain. On this one, it's just magnetic. I wish the I wish the magnets were a little bit stronger, because if I'm not rocking this with a case, I'm constantly fiddle, so I got a shark skin just to keep it from stop me from messing around. The buttons again, nice and clicky, and wattage up and wattage down, nice and clicky. This one has like remember the old Ego batteries, like the rubbery type thing? This is what this has got, sort of like a matte black. Doesn't feel rubbery when you scratch it. The scratch is like a rubber one though. It's a pain in the butt, but the scratches go away quite quickly. But yeah, it just feels nice. It's nice in the hand again. Just that little bit bigger. You don't really notice it, which is good. Has exactly the same stuff as the DNA 30, so I'm not going to go through how to lock it. Oh, one thing I didn't say on the other one, which is the same as this, if you just, without having it locked, if you press and hold plus and minus at the same time, it will lock the power. And it's exactly the same with the other DNA. That's one thing I did forget. So yeah, this one has temperature control, which I will get to in a minute. But one I learned to speak. The one thing on this that always scared me is switching the batteries out, as the ribbon's poking out, that's going to annoy me, is that if you put the battery the wrong way around, a little bit of smoke comes from the board and you have a dead device. Joy. This one, Evolve sorted themselves out, and the battery compartment is basically the same with both of them. It is nice and clean. And I'm going to sneeze again. No, I'm not. Yeah, and it actually does say in there plus and minus, very loosely. So if I was to put the battery in like that on a DNA 30, I'd kill the device. On a DNA 40, oh, dogs everywhere are going crazy apart from mine who's asleep. Yeah, it now has reverse polarity and will make that really annoying sound, and the battery will actually die if left like that. Let's just grab that tank. And again, the main things I've been working on here is drippers and the limo. Now I'm glad you're actually having this problem on camera. This is set up for temperature control, and how you do that, you lock it 5 times, and then you press and hold the plus and minus at the same time. It says for temperature. This one does have Fahrenheit and Celsius. Looking at it, I think Celsius is alright because I'm in England, but when I switch it all the way off on the Celsius, it doesn't always switch off. Now this Limo has according to this, a 0.58 ohm nickel coil. It doesn't. It has a 0.15 nickel coil. And I like to run it at 410 Fahrenheit or 210 Fahrenheit. Not Fahrenheit, Celsius. Usually about 30-40 watts. So I'll leave it at 40. And I'm firing it, and it's not giving me any temperature control whatsoever. Or temperature protection or anything. It's not doing it. I don't know why. I already had it built. I put a new wick in it. I tested it. It was fine. I put my E-juice in, full tank, and now it doesn't want to do it. And that's upsetting. I mean, it still works. You shouldn't really run nickel without temperature control. So I'm hoping at some point it will fix itself. But, hey. And there's other buggy things on this one where the battery says it's dead, and then push button, I got half battery again. I'm not overly impressed with the DNA 40. I like the power, I like the idea, especially I mainly like it when I'm using a dripper. I think this one, it reads okay, I think. Oh yeah, you know, you've gone to temperature control. Oh, I've got a lip sim in there. I'm trying to work out what the hell was in there. So yeah, 40 watts on, this is the Derringer clone, and I just have the brass top on because I have a vapor flask. DNA 40, so it is temperature controlled, and the bottom are brass. So when you put the, I'll do it quickly. So when you put the top one on with brass like that, it kind of looks like it runs all the way through, which I have caught a couple of people out, which is entertaining. Juice in my mouth. Lovely. Yeah, but I'm not here to talk about the flask. So yeah, a con is temperature control still don't work. The screen does still mess up. I haven't had it on here yet, touch wood. I have had the battery go doolally. But if you're using it just normal cancel mode, I mean, this does fire down from 1 watt to 40 watts. Where the DNA 30 goes from 7 watts up to 30. So this does fire all the way down to 1 watt, which I don't know who on their right mind is just going to want 1 watt. So let's just turn temperature control off because it's just a normal cancel build. 0.72 ohm at 40 watts. This gives me 5.3 or 5.29 volts of power. On the Cyware Onslaught 3-post clone with a tricoil in it, which looks janky to all hell, but hey, I'll rock it old school some days. And that's getting dry. One good thing over with the DNA 40 is, in theory, no dry hits, which is nice. But yeah, I just had it. There it is. Fell off my pillow. So overall, both devices well worth it. DNA board still needs some work. So let's have a look on the VaporShark website. They are now selling the let's have a look. They should still selling that one, surely. Let's just have a look a minute. Staff picks. No, advanced search. Oh, damn it. VaporShark. God damn it. Let's just show all of them. Stupid website. Yeah. They are selling the VaporShark. Oh, where are you, for God's sake? They seem to be selling them with e-juice, which is fine. So the VaporShark rDNA 40, that's with the small screen, is $139.99. It's about 140 pounds, I think. They are in the shops. I have got mine through friends, should we say? They are all real. And also the DNA 30. Are they still selling the rDNA 30 on their website? I can't really see it, but I know they're in the shops. They're going for about £100. If you do have the DNA 30 and you mess up and you put the battery in the wrong way round, you can send it back to them with $25 and they'll fix the board. They're also, oh no, rDNA repair was being damaged due to reverse polarity is actually $80 for the new chip. If you are, if they say here, are you experiencing a case of what envy? Then let talented VaporShark basically upgrade this to this for $100 or $99.99. Why you wouldn't just go out and spend the extra £20-30 and just have two? I don't know. But again, hey. So yeah, it does have a load of accessories for the DNA or rDNA 30. There also is a DNA 30, which is smaller again and has a LiPo battery in. So if your battery dies, that's $25 to send back to them. I just realised when I lean back, my microphone pop filter gets right in the way. Yeah, one of the things which I highly recommend getting is a shark skin, which is a great name. And it has all the cutouts and for the you have there for the buttons, so the top, bottom, and for the little charge port. If you have the DNA, it is slightly different because the charger is in at the back. So what you do is, this is how I do it anyway. You put it in through the top, and then grab and just slide it in, and then come on, you little pickup. Put that in there, and there is the VaporShark rDNA 30. Nice rubberized, just sounded dirty in that version. And this is the exact same skin, pretty much just a different color, exact same dimensions. And this one obviously is a little bit tighter. Just slide it in there. Put the top over, and there is the rDNA 40. So yeah, as you can see, this one has the bigger screen, which is a lot bigger, a lot better. Still haven't fixed that board, but hey. So yeah, that is pretty much it. They are, let's actually have a look on their website. DNA. Shark skins are going for $10. You can have it in black, white, green, blue, like a Tiffany turquoise, pink, red, purple, orange, and grey. The orange actually looks quite nice. But yeah, they also, I will link all this in the website, of course. They actually have the card for the rDNA 30 and the DNA 30, which are, for the DNA 30 is $20. rDNA 30 again, $20, but you need to get the right card because the charge is in different places. And the wireless charger is $24.99, and I've seen it in the shops in England for 20 quid. So if you have the wireless charger and you have the DNA 30 with the board that fits underneath the shark skin, so you kind of need a shark skin with it, it just plugs in there and you sit on top and it charges. This one is built in, so you just rest it on top and it charges. No need for any extras, which is great. So let me just have a look at DNA 40 case replacement is also $40. Interesting. The one thing I haven't spoken about is the zip charging. So let me just find the chart, which is on their website, I believe. Let's have a look. Zip. 40. There was zip charging, which will charge a Vapor Shark rDNA 40 from dead to full in 1 hour 36 minutes. And they have a load of other ones at the bottom, so I'll go through them. The Camry 20 charging, this is all micro USB charging, so it's plugging it in through your computer or through the wall. A Camry 20 takes 3 hours 15 minutes to fully charge. eLeaf iStick, which is just has a little LiPo battery, 3 hours 22 minutes to fully charge. The Smoke X Pro is 3 hours 51 minutes. The SX Mini, 4 hours 20 minutes. The CloudPore Mini is 5 hours. The Hanomods V3 DNA 40 is 5 hours 37 minutes. And then the daddy of them all, this is the Vapor Flask version 2. So this is the Vapor Flash version 2.1. So that'd be the DNA 30 board. That takes a whopping 13 hours 52 minutes to fully charge. So yeah, with this zip charging from dead to fully charged, this will only take 1 hour 36 minutes. Zip TM requires a 2 amp USB port for full speed charging, but is backwards compatible with slower ports down to 500 milliamps. Okay, it would have been nice, Vapor Shark, if you put on there how long it would take to charge the rDNA 30 against this new zip charging, but they decided not to. So yeah, that is pretty much all I have. Really enjoying both devices, glad I've got them. I'll put a link in the description to Vapor Shark's actual website. And until next time, have a good day. Bye bye.